What's going on, you guys? It's your Huggable Hipster here, and welcome to today's video where it's the last in our series of the top of the decade, and we are going to be going over today the top 5 best platformers, in my opinion, of the decade. But let's get into today's video. There's going to be actually 2 games on this list that I have not played, but I consider them the best of the decade because of how well they were received by you guys. And the first one we're going to go over is the new Super Mario Bros. U Deluxe. Now, Super Mario Bros. In general is a classic. I mean, it's undeniable the way that it's captured people's attention and just people's loyalty and love for the franchise. Super Mario Bros. U Deluxe is one that came out in 2019, and it's been received really well amongst the crowd. But this game transcends different kinds of platforms. The fact that it's on a Switch and this generation can enjoy a game that is just one of the classics. Purely and simply one of the classics is really cool. I mean, for years to come, I think when I'm in my 50s, they will still be making Mario games. So next up, you guys know I had to do it. You guys know I had to put these games in here. It's from both of the same series, if that gives you a little bit of a hint. Ori and the Blind Forest and Ori and the Will of the Wisp. These 2 games are by far my favorite platforming games ever in the history of everything. Ever. Like all eternity ever. And you know what's interesting about this game? It's very Metroidvania-esque, of where you can just go really deep within this platformer. Like, you just don't have a side-scrolling platformer. You can go really deep within this webbing, interweaving type structure that it has. I'm so amazed at how much they accomplished with this game. Not just within the controls, within the landscape, within the art, within the story. The story, if you guys have not played the game Ori and the Blind Forest, first of all, check yourself. Second of all, I want you guys to sit down and play the game. Don't look up anything. Don't research what it's about. Just play the game. It's a mind-blowing experience. It will have you reaching for the tissues, so be sure you have about like 12 boxes on hand. Now, the Ori series is one that continues the story absolutely amazing. From the first game to Ori and the Will of the Wisps, you see a continuous flow and this seamless movement that's within the game almost. And it's kind of like you never left, to be real. I mean, whenever I was playing the first game, I was thinking, how are they going to continue this? How are they going to really make this game so it flows from one to the next? In a lot of games that I've seen, including Outlast, which I'm not going to get into that. A lot of you guys know my stance on how the Outlast game was continued. A lot of you guys know that you have to read the comics that they have on their website in order to even know what's going on with the story in the second game and everything like that. I could go on with that. You know, it's just, it looks so effortless and beautiful and just, it's well constructed. And the fact of the matter is that when you go into Ori, you're going to feel overwhelmed with how many different like possibilities there are within this game, how big the map is. The map is huge in both games, absolutely huge. But whenever you break it down and you look at the tasks that you have to do versus the different like side quests that there are and all that kind of thing, there's just a lot in the games. There's a lot that you can do. There's a lot that you can adventure to. Not only the fact that you have so many different side quests, but the fact that you can time travel. not time travel. What's the word? You could fast travel in the first game, but it wasn't made as clear as it was in the second game. In the second game, you fast traveling will be your best friend. But yeah, those 2 were on my list for a surefire reason. They're absolutely incredible games. I would highly recommend them. I actually was able to get my hands on the special edition version of Ori and the Will of the Wisps, and just the art, the music, oh my god, the music, oh my god. I could go on about that game. I am going on about that game. It's no surprise to any of you. The next platformer that we're going to be going into is Lair of the Clockwork God. This game hit my heart. It made my heart feel. It made my heart just have all the ooh-woos. It made me laugh. It made me cry. It made me feel everything. Like every emotion known to man, it made me feel all the things. You're in a game where you are trying to stop the apocalypse that you caused, in a nutshell, and you're going through and you're taking everything so seriously, but the dry sarcasm that is within this platformer is none other than brilliant. Whenever I tell you that this is a must for anybody who likes games that go back in time to that retro-esque 90s platforming feel, you are going to love this game. Absolutely, 100% without a doubt. And surprisingly, it's a long game. I was really shocked whenever I started playing it. I was like, oh, this is gonna be like a cute, fun little adventure to go on. And no, it is an entire quest, an adventure. This is an experience. This is something where you really are fully invested. You have to fully invest yourself within this game, or else don't even bother. Like, you have to be emotionally, fiscally, you have to be 100% invested within this game. I mean, it took me over 2 months to finish it, only because I was playing it every other day and everything like that. I feel like if I were playing it like every day, I would have gotten done with it faster. But if you really want to like sit down and play this through, it's about I would say like 4 to 5 hours of gameplay. If you want to do all the achievement hunting and everything, it might take like 7 to 8 hours, depending on like how many times you need to use the bathroom. But I actually have a review on Lair of the Clockwork God, which I'll leave as a link after this video if you want to check it out. It's one of the games that I did not expect to fall in love with as much as I did, so I'm very happy I fell in love with this game. It takes me back to the simpler times of chaotic platforming. Now, this next game on the list, and the final game on the list for best platformers of the decade, in my opinion, in my most esteemed and humble opinion. Now, you guys, I for some reason, I remember playing this game. I believe it was an early beta version, but there was a free demo at some point of this game. I believe. I'm not entirely sure. I'm going to be tagging Thomas Brush in this, so hopefully he can tell me. Thomas Brush is the creator of Pinstripe and Never Song. Both of those games look absolutely wonderful. The reason I chose Pinstripe as one of the best platformers of the decade is because not only does it have a wonderful plotline, it looks so, I want to say, angelic in the way that the movements are. The controls are, they're simple, but they're very well done. And that's one thing I love about platformers, is when they have very easy to maneuver and beautiful control work. It's so cool to see platformers like this with a fun aesthetic, a great story, great artwork, and then you have all of those things combining together to make one cohesive story that everyone can love, enjoy, and play with ease. And also, I just found out that Pinstripe is now $5.99 digital version on the Switch, so I might actually get that and play it, because I've been wanting to play this for quite some time. And just so you guys know the premise of this story, that way you guys can get as enthralled as I am, because it's a very unique plotline actually, where Pinstripe is an emotionally charged adventure through hell, created entirely by a one-man team over the course of 5 years. Play as Teddy, an estranged ex-minister forced to venture through a frozen afterlife in search for his 3-year-old daughter, Beau, and her perverse kidnapper. Discover the dark secrets of Teddy's past and confront his sleazy, demonic nemesis, Mr. Pinstripe. This is a very unique premise for a game, and not something I see so often. The artwork, I feel, whenever I think of something in my head, sometimes the artwork doesn't match what I'm thinking. My thoughts exactly of what the artwork is match what this game is. So it's really cool. I hope that makes sense, because sometimes whenever I say things, they come out as like word vomit, and I don't think I'm expressing things quite accurately. But you guys, that is it for the video, and that is it for this series of where we go over the top 10 best games of the decade, go over the top 5 horror games of the decade, and now we just did a video going over the top 5 best platformers of the decade. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you like my face and what I do, please be sure to subscribe and hit that bell down below, because I make videos every Monday, Wednesday, and double uploads on Friday. Guys, stay casually nerdy. Thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you all in the next video. Peace.